What's going on, Clash Bashers? Rocky here today, and today we're back on the Town Hall 7 push to Legends. That's right, guys. This is where I'm trying to push a Town Hall 7 all the way up to Legends League, which is 5,000 trophies. And as you guys can kind of see here, we're at 4795. These past few days, actually the past like week or so, has been pretty rough. I've even been leaving the tombstones on my base because that's how demoralized I am. Today's episode is going to be just kind of like an update of what's going on with it, because it's kind of hard to record these episodes with live attacks every single time, and I just don't have the live attacks for this one. So we're going to update you guys, let you know what's going on. I'm still using the same dragon army. It's going pretty decently, but I did have a falter yesterday, the day before. I don't know. It's been rough, guys. So that's going to be the battle plan for today. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to turn on those notifications, and don't forget to leave a like on the video. That way I know you guys are still into the Town Hall 7 push to Legends and you want to see more of it. I'm not giving up yet, guys. I'm still going. It's tough, and I'm on a 3-hour shield, but I'm getting ready to hit a shield cycle here. We'll have the 1-day shield and the 2-day shield available, and that should help out a little bit as far as taking defenses. And speaking of defenses, they've been up and down. The minus 30s, that's actually pretty standard. I'm okay with like a minus 31. I actually had a low 50% minus 19. But look, someone at 3,200 found me. That's ridiculous. We did have a minus 59 because someone at 3,300 found me and 3-starred me. Then we got some minus 3. Like, we have Town Hall 5s hitting us and stuff. It's really, really crazy. But for the most part, besides that minus 59, defenses haven't been too insane. The main problem is I'm not finding an absolute ton of bases. I am finding some here and there. As you see, like right there, I found 2 bases in a row. That was during the big game, as people would say. Congrats to the Chiefs. That was pretty decent game. The Niners quit playing in the 4th quarter. What happened, 49ers? It was so good until the 4th quarter. And then, you know, I got that 50% for 8. I ended that rate at 50%. We've been doing pretty well, but then I had that fail right there, 47%, 0-star. Just could not get through the base. But I had a huge whale, and I'll show that off because he's a Town Hall 7 Legends. But I just want to show you guys some of the attacks, and that's what we're going to be doing today, is we're going to just be going through and kind of recapping, showing you guys some of the hits. I want to give a huge shout out to Sharky here, Town Hall 7 that did hit Legends League. He was in Legends when I found him. So a huge shout out to Sharky there. Did get 35 trophies, but really 35 is a pretty standard defense. If you're up in Titans League and you're going to get 3-starred, 35 really isn't that bad. I know it seems like a crazy amount, but really you're just trying to avoid those minus 50s. The minus 50s are really what makes things bad. So a pretty standard like ring base. It seems like a lot of the Town Hall 7s run the rings, but at Town Hall 7, most of the time, if you have any kind of dragons, you're going to be able to get through and take out the base. So what I'm going to use is I'm going to use my king over there at 9 o'clock right over here to kind of funnel out and just get a nice path for the dragons to push up into the base. And then we're going to run right on through with all of our dragons, our max balloon on the playing castle. I'm going to throw 2 dragons over there just to get that edge set and have those dragons hopefully all work up the middle. Balloons going in here. We're going to throw down the rage spell. We got the king on king action right there. So rage spell is going to push those balloons right up through the center of the base. We're going to get the dragons raged up in there as well and keep them moving through. Now, I did lose my balloons to the outside. I was a little bit worried right here, but we do have that mortar that's going to push the balloons back inside to that air defense. So it was a little bit sketchy here, but luckily Town Hall 7s aren't that crazy hard to take down, guys. Even if you don't get the best of funnels, you should still be able to take them down. And all the dragons are going to path right back in here. We'll get the 3-star and a nice plus 35. I need to find more of these. I'm going to be clouding most of the day today, actually. So maybe I'll try to get some news going for you guys, get some attacks recorded, because I should be home most of the day today. So I'll try to keep near my computer for the most part so I can get a video for you guys. But I just wanted to give you guys an update video, and that's what today's video is. Again, a huge shout out to Sharky. Town Hall 7 did hit Legends League. However, we got 35 trophies from him. So GG Sharky, appreciate the cups. This base right here was actually a Town Hall 9 in Legends, and I was worried about it. I was like, man, can I get 50% on this one? I definitely wasn't too confident that I could get the Town Hall. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to start working out those outside buildings. I noticed like up here has some pretty free buildings. Around these outside edges we had some pretty free buildings, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm just going to start picking off the buildings, start working towards that 50%, and this one actually got a lot closer to the 2 than I thought it would. Maybe if I was a little bit more conservative with my dragons, I could have got there, but it's still good. We still get the nice solid 1-star on this base. A Town Hall 9 and Legends. Huge shout out to all my low Town Hall pushers. Love seeing it. That was my very first time ever hitting Legends League. I was a Town Hall 9 hitting Legends League, so that has like some huge sentimental value to me. I'm gonna run the balloons in here behind the sweepers. The sweepers are all pointed this way, so I figured I could get the balloons in here. The rage wasn't the best right there, but we still get the sweepers out. We get a nice little push through here. Should have had that rage in a little bit earlier to try to get those bows out, or at least get I probably could have got both the bows out, to be honest. So we get to the 50% right there, and then I still have a few dragons left. We have 3 dragons in a rage, and I'm going to try to dive on the Town Hall. And this one, this dive on the Town Hall actually gets pretty close here. So once that Archer Tower goes down, we're going all in. The dragons kind of fan out a little bit. I probably should have dropped them just a little bit higher, a little bit closer to 12, because they go towards that Dark Elixir storage, and they just get wrecked by the air defenses. If I would have had all 3 on the Town Hall, might have been able to get the Town Hall down for the 2-star, but with only 1 on there, with all those air defenses right there, we were only able to get the 1-star for a plus 13. Now, a lot of times what I'm doing is I'm hitting bases that are like this. A Town Hall 10, not necessarily with the Town Hall on the outside. I mean, that was just an added plus. 1 wizard and I get the Town Hall. But I'm hitting a lot of bases where I'm just trying to get the 50%, and that's exactly what I'm going to do here. That's why I bring the minions, bring the archers, bring the wizards. That way I could try to clean up as much of the outside percentage and then use the dragons to get through as well. But that 1 wizard is going to be enough to secure the Town Hall. It was a little bit dicey on my entry, but I was able to get through here and get the 50%. I noticed there was a lot of trash buildings up top here that were only protected by these 2 archer towers. There was a lot of trash kind of throughout the base here that I could get through and get those percentage points up. So I'm going to use my king up top just to try to work through some of those storages, because obviously the storages would hold up the dragons, so those archer towers would be able to kind of hurt them. I put in the 1 dragon down here, and then the balloons in behind. Again, a little bit late on my second rage here. I decided to commit 2 rages. A lot of times I'm late on that second rage because I'm not sure that I want to commit 2 rages to the balloon drop, but with me being able to get the Town Hall out here, I should have kind of known in my head, hey, I can commit 2 rages here and be fine. So from there, we're just going to go ahead and start cleaning up the percent, start getting some of those buildings down. I'm going to throw the 3 dragons up top and rage them up, get through those storages. Remember, we weakened the storages up with the king, so we got nice percent through there. We got archers working out, and that's all we're doing here, guys. We're just trying to get the percentage out, get those 2 stars, and move on with our life. Even if these are low, when you're on a village guard or when you're not on a shield, you got to hit basically any and every base that is available for you. You don't want to just be nexting. If you can hit, the problem there is, like, you don't want to reach. Like, you have to hit the bases, but you also have to hit bases you can get a star on at minimum, because I've had that happen where I don't get the star and I failed. Like, I had that 47% in there. That happens sometimes, guys. It's really unfortunate, but that is part of the Town Hall 7 pushing. The dragon's going to get through here, get that cannon, get that mortar out, and there's the 50%, and then I just end from there. There's no point of really going past the 50%. No way I'm going to 3-star that base. It seems like I see this base quite a bit, and I've gotten down to so where I can get really close to a 2-star on it a lot of the time. I usually, I know I can 1-star this base, so no matter what, when I see this base, I hit it. But sometimes I can get the 2. It's not always a guaranteed 2, but sometimes I can get the 2-star. I kind of got a system down how I want to hit this base. I think one thing I can improve on this is I don't think I really need the rage right there on the balloons. I think I could save that rage for closer to the air defenses over here. But there's usually air bombs over here and air skeletons that come out, so I don't know, especially with that sweeper, maybe it's not that big of a deal. And then there's usually Teslas around the Town Hall, and I use that to my advantage. So we're gonna go ahead and drop in. I don't even think I really need the 3 dragons there. Maybe 2 would be enough, but again, I want to be safe with, because I know there's usually Teslas around, and if anything comes out of that clan castle, which I've had an E-Drag come out before, I just want to get that Town Hall down. I don't want to lollygag on it. I don't want to beat around the bush. And then from there, I just put in archers like in the corners here. We get minions in here. We get our dragons working through the bottom side of the base. And I've gotten this one down to a point where I'm pretty comfortable hitting it, and I know exactly what I want to do on it. So at this point, we get all the dragons in. We're just trying to work out the percent. It's always nice when the king and queen are down so they don't distract the dragons through this section, because that's where I can get a lot of percentage points, is this kind of 3 o'clock section over here. If I can get through there and get as many of those buildings down as possible without the queen distracting my dragons, that's definitely going to be a good time. And that's usually what holds me up on the 2-star a lot of times, is if the queen gets in range or kind of messes with my dragons. Sometimes I won't 2-star it, but we get through this one. Queen's down. We get that nice 2-star. A really common design that I'm seeing at Town Hall 10s, and I figured out a way to, no matter what, at least 1-star that base almost every single time. This one's starting to seem like a more common design also at Town Hall 9. I've seen this one a few times now. I think I've seen it like 2 or 3 times in the past week or so. It's a Town Hall 9 with a super centralized Town Hall, but there's a lot of percentage points on the outside of it. So usually what I run in here is I'm going to run the balloons in towards that air defense. I've actually gotten the wizards in there. On this one, I didn't have the king out in front of the wizards, but I've gotten the wizards in there to take shots on that air defense. We're going to rage up the balloons in behind here. That way we can get one of those archer towers down as well. King's going to work through there. And really on this base, we're just going to pick off all the free percent on the outside. I know it's not super exciting, but this is what Town Hall 7 pushing in Titans League looks like. A lot of times you're just picking off buildings on the outside, going for those the 1-stars, and then if you can get a push in for the 2-star, obviously you do it. So we're going to run the dragons in up top. There's not a whole lot up here that's going to really hurt them. We got the few archer towers, but for the most part, there's some good percentage points up there. And you just want to be patient. You don't want to rush in it. You just got to be patient, let those dragons work, and make sure you get the percentage points. Now, I do get a little bit close to that air defense right here. That dragon was actually not in range, but it was really close. We get the dragon in there towards that archer tower, and we're really just trying to beat around the bush. I don't want to get too close to that clan castle. I don't want to pull that out. I also don't want the attention of the queen. So that's why I kind of stay top side on this base. I use my last rage to get those dragons up through that storage, and then maybe try to get that air defense down, because if I can get that air defense down, obviously that's going to be a good thing. And we don't quite get it. It was close, but I'm going to go ahead and send archers in there just to try to get it since it's so low. We got the dragons. We still have 2 more dragons left. The archers don't quite get there. And then I didn't realize that I put that archer right into the bow range. Actually, she wasn't even really in bow range. Why did that bow shoot that archer? That was kind of ridiculous. I didn't realize she was really out of the bow range. Look at that. All right, that one doesn't get hit, but the other one wasn't in bow range either. So we're at 47%. At that point, I know I just need a couple buildings. I can just dive right in here at the top side with my last 2 dragons and get those percentage points and move on with my day. And like I said, this is a lot of times what Town Hall 7 pushing is about, guys. Picking off, getting the percent, and then if you can, work towards the Town Hall. But on a base like that, no way we're getting to the Town Hall. We're just going to pick off on the outside. And then finally, we'll finish up showing off this one from weeks. It was a Town Hall 9 with like a goat base here, and I almost get the 3-star, and so devastating that I couldn't get the 3-star. The main reason I didn't get the 3-star, and this is where patience comes in. This is the reason I'm showing this. I was impatient, guys. I was impatient. I had plenty of time on the base, but I kind of got ahead of myself. I rushed through here. Look, I get the dragons started way too early. I don't need to start those dragons that early. So I throw in a few dragons, take out the archer towers. I could have probably done with 3 dragons over there, but the main issue is my king isn't going to have time to get those air defenses out. The air defenses aren't going to target the king. There's going to be nothing that's going to hurt him. But I'm impatient, and it rushes through there. We do get an E-drag out of the clan castle. I'm going to rage up and take him down with my 2 drags right there. Usually 2 dragons is enough to get through. But look, guys, my king, those Teslas. Also, I didn't see the Teslas right there. That kind of hurt. I probably did not need to rage. I don't know why I raged right there, to be honest. I did not need to rage there. But the impatientness on getting towards those archer towers and dropping that rage there, just some little mistakes. And that's what you got to not do. Don't make those little mistakes, because that's going to hurt you. It's going to set you back. You're going to miss cups. And that's exactly what I do here, as you see. We got plenty of dragons up, but we also have 2 air defenses as they're pushed. I'm like, come on, air sweepers, push my dragons back. But I shot myself in the foot on this one, guys. Not being patient, not waiting. Trying to get that last dragon in towards the air defense. Does not work out. Sad times, sad times. But it happens, man. It happens. You got to be patient. That's the biggest thing about Town Hall 7 pushing. You got to be patient. And I didn't do that there. I wasn't disciplined on this base. So I get the fail. I get the 2-star. I cost myself the raid. And all I needed was 1 rage for this Tesla farm and like 2 dragons. And I get through there. But it happens, guys. It happens. So the Tesla farm's going to eat us up. I don't know. I wasn't paying attention when the Tesla farm popped up also. That hurt. So 95% 2-star. Should have been a triple, but it was only like a couple more trophies, so it wasn't a huge loss. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit those clouds hard today. I got the same army trained up. We're going to go out. We're going to hit in there. and we're going to cloud. I saw a comment, someone asking, how do you get the dark clouds? If you go to settings, more settings, and you show dark clouds and matchmaking, that's how you get that. And then if you go to the bottom, you go enter code, and then you put code bash in there for the tip. No, I'm just kidding. But always make sure you have a supporter code creator. Put code in there for your favorite creator, even if it's not me. We always appreciate that. So I'm gonna hit those clouds hard. We'll see. Maybe I can get another video done and update you guys, because I'm gonna have shields available, and we're gonna ride those shields out. Hopefully you guys did enjoy the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. You guys have a great day. Keep on clash bashing. Thank you so much for watching today's video. If you did enjoy it, don't forget to subscribe and turn on those notifications. That way you don't miss any future uploads of mine. And if you did happen to miss yesterday's video, you can check it out right over there.